Guys, hear me out. Kukirin's been cooking and we've got some insights about the new scooter. But even more, I've got some crazy footage from the Kukirin factory. I must show you all what is happening before your scooter arrives to you. Kukirin owns a huge factory where they assemble the scooters and test them in a lot of ways actually. Trust me, you won't believe how crazy that is. And also, dude, I had no idea how much effort those people put into the building process. I was actually shocked. So please just make sure to stick around the entire video so you will see it all. Oh my god, dude. There is no way they're doing this with lasers. I really thought there was something else doing the logos and all that. This is actually so satisfying to watch. So they're using lasers in order to paint the logos for the scooter. I had no idea. I thought this was actually paint. And it looks like paint. Maybe they're painting it afterwards. The first thing in the assembly process is the metal frame that holds the front wheel. It is just crazy how many components they have just for that. Everything is installed manually with good care and precision, as you can see. Those people don't mess around. Then a serial number sticker is placed on the bottom. Your scooter that you just ordered might be right in his hands. This is actually crazy if you think about it. Next, they install the side logo LEDs in place. Not gonna lie, the lights on the G2 Master are absolutely gorgeous. They nailed it. Now the piece de resistance, the monstrous controller is being installed. For the size of it, you wouldn't expect that much power. But trust me, the G2 Master kicks just as hard as the G3 Pro, if not even harder. The front wheel frame comes right in place, tightened by a huge screw. Right after, the rear wheel frame gets in position, followed by, you guessed right, the rear motor. Let's go! Literally minutes later, after the wheel steering frame is completed, another motor joins the party. Yes, my friend. The G2 Master has dual motors, 2000 watts that feel way more powerful in reality. I would say at least 3000 watts peak power. You know what? I would literally move to China and build scooters all day. Kukirin, by any chance, do you lack employees? Now, obviously, they can't leave the wires hanging out all over the place. So yeah, they put them on their path. If you take your scooter and search for the wires, you will find that they are installed with very good care and precision. They even have a curly plastic thingy on them for extra protection. Moving on, all the wires eventually get to the controller and they are being connected together. If you're wondering, what is that black thingy right there? Well, that thing deals with your headlights, turn signals, and horn. The other wires go to your screen and that's pretty much it. Obviously, every scooter needs a battery in order to work. And just look at that gigantic mother of just kidding. I held the battery of that scooter in my hands in the previous video. It was actually really tiny. It looks bigger in this picture though. At least that's what he said. You don't want your battery to shake inside your scooter. That's where these things come up. Without them, your battery would have a really hard time not getting damaged while you're riding on a bumpy road. Finally, everything is being closed. You might wonder, Joy, where is the cool rubber deck that the scooter usually has? We're actually getting there in a few seconds. Even though this beauty has 5 levels of e-brake, mechanical brakes are still nice to have, actually mandatory. The installation is pretty straightforward. I really hope the new incoming models come up with stock hydraulic brakes. They are way more powerful and smooth. You might ride your scooter in the rain. Kukirin, if you're watching this, please create fenders such that water does not get on the suspension spring anymore. It might have no problems at all, but I don't know, I feel like water should not get on it. Thank you. Absolutely the same goes for the front fender. Man, this scooter looks so clean when it's new. All the wires are being organized in place and then moved inside the scooter where a nice cover seals them in place. Whoa, that's not it. They still have to connect the wires on the handlebars. That will be your screen together with brake sensors, throttle, and all the other buttons. Really cool attention to details. They gather all the wires together so you won't have them wiggling around. Speaking of water splash resistance, they seal the wires in place with a special glue such that water won't get in. But still, don't wash your scooter at a car wash, please. Get your sponge and wash it manually. At this point, the scooter is 99% done. One guy takes it on the side and does the final checks for it. He makes sure that every single functionality is working and oh my god, did you see all those G4 Maxes in the background? He even takes it for a small ride to be 100% sure. Now finally, the rubber deck. Pads wheels come in place with a crazy level of precision, and the tires get some treatment in order to hold in time. I literally had no idea why factory new tires are so slippery and have a coating on them. Now we all know why. They can't just send you the scooter in that shape. There is another team that does the packaging itself. How cool is that? Again, that could be your scooter right there, heading towards you. Check the discount code in the description and wait for the most exciting part of this video. The research and testing zone. This is where they take pretty much every component and check how much time will it resist under load. For example, this motor right here has been speeding for 63 kilometers in this session at the speed of 38 kilometers per hour. Yes, they actually test the components. Oh my god, Kukirin, I had no idea you had such a cool jacket. Please send it to me. I am freezing too cold in Romania. Just name a better looking jacket, guys. Come on. Next up, they test the resistance of the throttle. I actually had no idea that was a thing. That right there is the metal that holds your wheel in place. They also make sure it's not gonna break while you ride your scooter. Oh my god, dude, that jacket is so cool. I need it. Moving on, they even test the batteries to see how many cycles they can handle. I have no idea how many. I guess a lot. And I saw some of you guys were worried about your charger getting warm. That is completely normal. They are testing those chargers inside an oven to extreme temperatures, and yes, they still work. I actually bet you never seen somebody speaking with more passion about scooters before. They even test the durability of your Kukirin box. I had no idea they had this protocol. Wow, dude, just look at that thing shaking the box like crazy. They don't do that with every single Kukirin. This is just for their research area. They even spin the wheel freely to study the power graph on torque graph, or you get it. That is so cool. I'm actually fascinated, ain't you guys? They also test the plastic fenders under a lot of heat to make sure they hold on. The most exciting part for me is the way they test the endurance of the frame itself. They have pistons that move it back and forward thousands of times. And not only that, but they even put it on some spinning tiny wheels and let it run to see for how much time it can do it. I still have no idea for how long though. Maybe a lot. Brakes are also getting tested. I did not see that coming. They have an actual piston that pulls the brake handle and the motor that spins that disc brake. In real life situations, the scooters have way more challenges to face than what we see here. But yeah, keep in mind, they actually test the scooter. Even the charging port is being tested. How much time the wire can be bended until it dies? Again, I have no idea. Can you believe how long the process is for your scooter to be created? This is a big W for Kukirin from my side. Wow, it actually is quite fun to see the entire process, not gonna lie. What do you guys think? I really hope this video changed your vision about the Kukirin scooters. Don't forget to get yours using the link in the description together with my discount code. It would actually mean the world to me. Yep. Now, regarding about the new scooters, I only know about 2 models so far. There might be more though. We are going to see a new M4 Max. I actually never had an M series scooter before. And an S1 Max. And that might actually be the world's most portable scooter. I'm so sorry, but I can't show you how they look like. But to be honest, I'm really excited. I wanna thank you guys so much for watching till the end of this video. You are absolutely amazing. I'll say too.